Have you ever felt like you're just drowning in a sea of marketing data? You've got clicks, impressions, followers, but you're not sure which way is up. Well, you're in the right place. Today, we're cutting through all that noise to find the 3 key metrics that will actually lead you to profitability.
I mean, this is the big one, right? It's the most important question any marketer or business owner can ask. And if we're being honest, it can be a really tough one to answer with any real confidence. You see all this activity, all the clicks, the likes, the shares, but what does it all really mean for the bottom line?
And hey, if you're feeling that confusion, you are definitely not alone. Get this, a staggering 68% of marketers admit they're confused about which metrics are actually important. That means more than 2/3 of us are right there in the same boat, trying to separate the signal from all that noise. But that confusion, it ends today. We're gonna push aside all those vanity metrics, the ones that feel good but don't really pay the bills. And we're gonna focus on the 3 core numbers that directly connect your marketing efforts to actual real-world profit. It's time to get clear. So let's start at the very top of the mountain with the undisputed king of all metrics, return on investment, or as we all know it, ROI. This is your ultimate measure of profitability. Now, the key thing to really get about ROI is its scope. It's looking at the big picture. We're not just talking about ad spend here. No, this includes your entire marketing investment. We're talking salaries, software, tools, the whole shebang. All to answer that one fundamental question. Are we making more money than we're spending? So here's how it actually works. Let's imagine you invest, say, 4 lakh rupees into a big marketing campaign. That campaign then goes on to generate 20 lakh rupees in revenue. You run the numbers, and boom, you've got a 400% ROI. That means for every single rupee you put in, you got 4 rupees back in pure, clean profit. Now that is a huge win.
So, you can see why ROI is your go-to strategic metric. You use it for the big, important decisions, things like, should we invest more in SEO or social media next quarter? Or, how do I show the leadership team that what we're doing is actually working? ROI gives you those high-level, definitive answers. All right, let's move on to our next metric. If ROI is the general of your army, planning the whole war, then think of return on ad spend, or ROAS, as your field commander, making the critical tactical decisions right there on the front lines. You see the difference here? It's all about focus. ROAS zooms way in and looks only at the money you spend directly on ads. It completely ignores all those other marketing costs. Its job is simple, to tell you if your ads are actually generating revenue efficiently. That's it.
And the formula is much simpler too. Let's say you spend 1,60,000 rupees on some Google ads, and those specific ads bring in 8 lakh rupees in revenue. Your ROAS is 5, or what marketers would call a 5-to-1. For every 1 rupee you put into those ads, you got 5 rupees of revenue right back out.
And that's exactly why ROAS is the perfect metric for the day-to-day grind. It helps you answer those immediate tactical questions like, hey, is my Facebook campaign doing better than my Google campaign? Or should I increase my bid on this keyword? ROAS gives you the data you need to make those fast adjustments to get the most out of every single ad rupee.
So let's just put them side by side to make it crystal clear. You've got ROAS on one hand. It's short-term, it's tactical, and it's focused on the revenue from your ads. It's all about efficiency. And then you have ROI, long-term, strategic, and focused on the profit from your entire investment. That's about the health of the business. You absolutely need both to see the full picture. Okay, time to drill down even further. Let's get to our third and final essential metric, cost per acquisition, or CPA. This one is all about efficiency at the individual customer level. So think of it this way. If ROI tells you if you're profitable and ROAS tells you if your ads are efficient, CPA gets super specific. It answers one simple question. How much did it cost us to get that one new customer? It's probably the most direct and actionable metric of the 3.
And the calculation is really straightforward. If you spend 2,40,000 rupees on marketing in 1 month, and in that time you bring in 30 new customers, your CPA is 8,000 rupees. Plain and simple, it costs you 8,000 rupees to win each one of those customers.
CPA is the number that tells you if you can actually afford to grow.
Once you know it costs you 8,000 rupees to get a customer, you can set realistic budgets, you can figure out which of your channels are the most efficient, and most importantly, you know exactly when to hit the accelerator on a campaign that's working.
But here's the thing, a CPA of 8,000 rupees is totally meaningless by itself. It needs context. And the most important context is something called customer lifetime value, or CLV. That's the total profit you expect to make from a customer over their entire relationship with your business. And the golden rule is simple. What you spend to get a customer, your CPA, has to be a lot less than what you earn from them, your CLV. A really common benchmark is to try and keep your CPA below 1/3 of your CLV.
So there we have it, our three key metrics: ROI, ROAS, and CPA. Now for the really fun part. Let's put them all together. This is where you go from just knowing the definitions to making truly smart, data-driven decisions that can change your business. I want you to think of it like a decision-making pyramid. You always start at the top. Level 1 is ROI. The first question is always, are we profitable? If the answer is no, you stop right there and you fix that. If it's yes, great, you move down to level 2, RAS and CPA. Now you ask, are our campaigns efficient? And if that's a yes, then and only then can you ask the question at level 3, can we scale this? This hierarchy makes sure you're focused on the right thing at the right time. Let's make this real. Imagine an e-commerce store running a Facebook ad campaign. They check their dashboard and see a 5-to-1 ROAS. Now, on the surface, that looks fantastic, right? For every rupee they spend on ads, they're getting 5 rupees back in revenue. Okay, so next, they dig a little deeper. They look at their cost per acquisition, and it's 4,000 rupees. It costs them 4,000 to get a new customer. You know, for their industry, that's a pretty reasonable number. So far, so good. But here it is, the final piece of the puzzle, the ultimate test. They calculate their overall ROI, including all their costs, not just ads, and it's 100%. They are literally doubling their money. That's the moment. That's when you know. The strong ROIs and the reasonable CPA actually translated into real, tangible profit. The decision becomes easy. Scale this campaign, and do it now. So what's your action plan coming out of this? Here are 4 simple steps you can take today. First, audit your tracking. Can you even measure these 3 metrics accurately? If not, that's your starting point. Second, set some benchmarks. A good CPA is different for every business, so know your numbers. Third, build a unified dashboard. Get these 3 metrics in one place where you can see them at a glance. And fourth, use that hierarchy we just talked about every single week to guide your decisions. You now have the framework. You have the tools to cut through all the noise and find the real truth hidden in your numbers. So the only question left is, once you start looking at ROI, ROAS, and CPA all together, what story is your data really trying to tell you?